Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Escape from Death Block 13. And this is from writer-director Gary Jones, who has done a lot of smaller, B, C, kind of D movies, and had originally started directing on Xena Warrior Princess and The Hercules Show. And this film stars Robert Bronzi, who is basically a Charles Bronson lookalike, and he's basically just playing what Charles Bronson would be doing if he was still alive, and got roped into doing this film. And this is very much like he wants money that's owed after his brother's death, and he winds up in prison and tries to make an escape from this horrible prison that he's put into, and it's very 70s exploitation kind of B action movie. And this is a different approach that you could take with this idea versus what S. Craig Zahler did with Brawl in Cell Block 99, which was a really well-crafted and intense version of that kind of film from the 70s. And I absolutely love that film. And this film is definitely leaning heavy into the campiness about it. And you have Bronzi, who's basically just doing a Charles Bronson impression, and he does it well, I guess. And you have Nicholas Turturro, who's in here in a small role as the guy that winds up getting him put in prison. You have Debbie Scaletta, who plays the warden. And a lot of the acting is not great. A lot of the dialogue is not great. And it's really stiff, it's awkward, the acting is very amateurish at a lot of points during this film. You have Hahn, who plays Bunyan, who's this big, burly dude that, goes to blows with Bronzi's character, Mick, and then, they team up and try to get out of here, and they got big guns and rocket launchers, and they shoot rockets and they blow up and they look like the worst fake flames ever and worst fake explosions. This is all just really campy and silly and ridiculous, and it leans heavily into that campiness. Now, this is not a very well acted film. It is really stiff. The writing is not the greatest. There's awkward scenes of you have Lainda Russell, who plays this detective who all of a sudden automatically just starts falling in love with Bronzi, Bronzi's character Mick, and you're just but where, why, when? And you have all these kinds of things, but this film really leans into the campy and silliness of this whole situation, and you have some over-the-top ridiculous action, and it knows it. What happens at the end in the finale to the main antagonist here, absolutely ridiculous. But this kind of film, Escape from Death Block 13, is really just a silly, goofy, campy rehash of old films from the 70s. And it's something where it's you can have fun with it and just enjoy it for what it is. Don't look too much into it, because that's where you really start seeing the flaws. But I had a silly, fun time. So if that's enough for you, you can get that out of this film. If you want something deeper and a better made film, this is not quite it. Maybe try Brawl in Cell Block 99. But those are my thoughts on Escape from Death Block 13. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.